There is a video right now going viral about one of the Black Panther Party members, not sure if he's the founder or not, that is telling other Black people across the United States how they can join the Black Panther Party. And of course, you have white people all in the comment section asking, how can they join? How can they be a member? Okay. You have a couple of Latino people, but there are more white people in there asking, how can they join our organization? And I'm saying our because I'm a foundational Black American. I'm not actually a part of the Black Panther Party by any stretch of the imagination. The operative word is Black in that sentence. It's the Black Panther Party. It's never been the Black Panther Party and Friends. It's the Black Panther Party. The answer is no. I don't know why we can't have absolutely anything to ourselves. And for those of you who are trying to name drop Huey P. Newton, Huey P. Newton encouraged white people who wanted to assist to organize amongst themselves, never to become full-fledged members of the Black Panther Party. Because you see, if white people join the Black Panther Party, if Latino people join the Black Panther Party, it's no longer the Black Panther Party. It's no longer the Black Panther Party. Now, for those of you who claim that you want to be allies, I'm going to say this personally, and I'm saying this as a person who's not only been a paramedic for over 14 years, but have been in white spaces for just as long. There is no such thing as allyship when it comes to y'all. Because one thing that I have noticed, especially since the beginning of the Roaring 20s, when the George Floyd incident happened and everything, y'all are only one social injustice to show whether you are either bigots or racist. And that comes with a very, 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 very heavy and sad heart. Because since this whole ICE debacle started happening, I have had to unfriend and block people that I have literally saved lives with. I'm talking about doctors. I'm talking about nurses. I'm talking about nurse practitioners. I'm talking about paramedics, other firefighters. I have had to block them and unfriend them. I am trauma bonded with these people. We have saved lives together. We have bonded over losing patients together. And at the end of the day, one social injustice. I had an ex-nurse friend who was bragging about how she just joined the Department of Homeland Security and she's going to be a nurse for ICE. There's no such thing as allyship. I will never, ever, ever fall for it again. And I suggest other folks never fall for it again. People want us to be all people, one band, one sound. But at the end of the day, other nationalities, other ethnicities always show us that we are not a part of that. You want to use us for our labor. You want to use us for our advocacy. You want to use us for the change that we bring. But once the smoke clears and all said and done, y'all go back to treating us like shit. The answer is no.
People join the Black Panthers. I think we ready. What if I told you there was an organization that was specifically started for white people that supported the Black Panthers, but didn't want to interlope in what the Black Panthers were doing when it came to Black liberation? They were called the White Panthers. They were an anti-racist collective that was founded in 1968. Their founders were Pun Plamadan, Lenny, and John Sinclair. It was started because Huey P. Newton was asked what white people can do to support the Black Panthers, and his answer was to start a similar organization to stand with them. The group was deeply rooted in counterculture, rock and roll, marijuana legalization, free love, and psychedelic consciousness. They were based mostly in Detroit, and they had a chapter in Ann Arbor, Michigan, Seattle, and San Francisco. Similar to the Black Panther Party, they had a 10-point manifesto that was rooted in freedom, justice, and the abolition of oppressive systems. They also believed in free food, free land, free education, and free media for all people. Similar to the Black Panthers, the United States government got involved and said that they were conspiring to destroy government property. Two of their leaders, Don Plamadan and John Sinclair, got arrested, and they took their case all the way to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruled that the Fourth Amendment shielded private conversation from surveillance unless a warrant had been granted. Sinclair and Plamadan were freed, but the effects of both imprisonment and the cost of the court cases led to the end of the White Panthers. They later changed their name to the Rainbow People's Party, but were disbanded in 1973.
White people join the Black Panthers? I think we're ready. The whole reason we are in this mess is because white people weren't even ready to vote for a black woman or get rid of the KKK. And here we are where you all still want to hide behind the bodies of minorities instead of do anything yourself. Men are the only group that still mostly support ICE, and you know that group is fucking bolstered up by white people. Have you ever read about White Panthers or read a book I'm losing my
is easily accessible, and since it is, you should probably go research it, because I stand 10 toes down in what I said. There were no official white members of the Black Panther Party. Anybody y'all saw that were white that were a part of the Black Panther Party or associated with them was a part of the White Panther Party, because again, Huey P. Newton told them to organize amongst themselves. The White Panther Party were allies to the Black Panther Party. They took orders from Huey P. Newton. They were not official members of the Black Panther Party. Again, if you have people who are not black a part of the Black Panther Party, it wouldn't be the Black Panther Party, right? So another tidbit y'all are confusing is the Rainbow Coalition. The Rainbow Coalition has nothing to do with the Black Panther Party. It was a different organization that was led by Fred Hampton. And as far as the Latinos being involved in the Black Panther Party, they were a separate organization because they were called the Young Lords. So I'm not above of being corrected. I just want y'all to make sure that y'all are right before y'all try to come and correct me. Go look up that information.
Excuse me, guys? Can white people join the Black Panthers? I think we are ready. Did you not read the part where it said Black Panthers? Like, are colonizers gonna colonize? Because that's what you guys always want to fucking do. It's so fucking exhausting. White people see a movement going on. Then they're like, oh, I want to get on board. I want to do that. Then they do what they do best, impose their will upon others, and then quickly the movement becomes theirs because they're going to end up hijacking it. So in the year 2026, once again, we're going to say, white people, you are going to have to fix this on your own. You are not going to be able to join no Black Panthers. You are not going to be able to be part of the black movement, because when you guys join these movements, you hijack it. You make it your own. And then not only that, you start patronizing people and be like, oh, you're not educated, are you? Well, let me educate you then. And it's like, we're sick of the bullshit. We see what you do. And quite honestly, I saw what you did with the Palestine movement. So please stay the fuck away from Black people movement going forward.
So now everybody want to join the Black Panther Party. Why am I seeing white folks ask if they can join the Black Panther Party? Because for what? Answer me this. The Black Panther Party for self-defense. Who do you think the Black Panthers were defending themselves from? Quickly. And also, one of the strongest tenets of the Black Panther Party for self-defense was education. The fact that a lot of y'all were just in my comments just days ago telling me that you didn't learn about the Underground Railroad, which means I'm sure you don't know a damn thing about the Sinclair brothers. Like, do y'all think the Black Panther Party was a social club and like King T'Challa is gonna...
What is this about white people wanting to join the Black Panthers? What? No. When I said y'all need to come together and build community, that is not what I meant. I was talking, you need to start from scratch, okay? Build your own version of the Black Panthers for your community, like the Karen clan or some, well, y'all might want to stay away from clan. But maybe you could take some of the white people names I've thrown on here. I'd be okay with that. Appropriate that. With the porcelain posse. What's another one I said? The unpigmented progressives. The sunscreen warriors. Take one of those. You don't need to be in the black...
A lot of folks are out here on white people's heads for wanting to become members of the Black Panther Party. And rightfully so. But there's a bit of misinformation coming with the corrections many of y'all are giving people. The Black Panther Party actually did allow white membership. And that was a problem that I'm not going to dive into in this video, but I will probably sometime tomorrow. But that was a problem. The organizations that did not allow for white membership were SNCC, that's the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, and the BLA, that's the Black Liberation Army, and multiple other formations and organizations of those sorts. The reason these orgs did not allow white membership is because they understood that black people have to close ranks in our struggle. They understood that multiracial alliances were fine when discussing and figuring out tactics, but when it came to developing strategies, objectives, and deciding the principles upon which our struggle would take place, these multiracial alliances and allowing for a multiracial character to be in our organizations would displace black people's interests and black people's needs. In other words, organizations like SNCC and the BLA did not subordinate racial and colonial oppression to class oppression. And because of that refusal and the need to act in alignment with it, they ended up closing ranks internally, which is what black groups and organizations and stuff need to be doing. So the intuition that white people should not be joining black people's organizations that are aimed at forwarding the self-determination of black communities and serving black communities on our own terms, the intuition that white people should not be joining these is completely correct and is rooted in a kind of intuitive understanding of the fact that our organizations need to serve us primarily, right? However, the Black Panther Party did not hold that the same way y'all are thinking they did. And it's important to name that. This is not to disparage the Panthers, right? It's not to say, oh, like start hating on the Panthers or boo-booing on them. No, it's to point to the fact that there is nuance to this conversation that has to be mentioned, lest we end up kind of fetishizing and creating this idealistic image of the Panthers or other groups that does not allow us to learn from their mistakes and to properly analyze the situation and where we need to depart from them where we're at right now. You see what I mean? That's all.
With the Black Immigrant Party, when you have more YT people excited about you than the community that the original Black Panthers began in terms of trying to support and fight, then you done fucked up. You're not on mission, you're not on code, you're not fighting for your ethnic group anymore. You're fighting for the people who are happy to see you. When you have more YT people, I'm about to show this in a second. Look, watch this. You know what's bad? When you go on the Black Panthers post and the most people celebrating them are YT people. That means they've lost sight of they've been infiltrated and they've lost sight of where the grassroots movement is and where the people are. The people are the ethnic Black Americans. That's what the Black Panthers originated fighting and start for. You guys want to be oh, well, they had all these other groups, but they had these other groups. They named the other groups, and the other groups were responsible for fighting for their own communities. The issue that I have is, number one, these people were kind of quiet for a while. They were posting, but all of a sudden they blew up as soon as this YT woman gets unalived. But there's police brutality happening in all of our ethnic Black American communities. There's so many things that we need in our own communities, and yet their main focus and their main objective right now, and where they're getting their highlights and where they're really gung-ho about, is ICE. How come you don't have the Young Lords going out there for ICE? How come you don't have the Yellow Peril going out there for ICE? How come you don't have other groups that the Black Panthers have set up going out to support their people? So YT people are so excited to see him because they're oh, now we won't have to be Renee Good anymore. Now we don't have to be scared, because what it is, everybody's scared. Everybody's scared. And everybody's cowards. And they don't want to do anything. And before, when we used to fight, it was we were violent and we were criminals and we were all this stuff. And so now that they're realizing we don't fight, they have to man up or woman up, and they're getting unalive. So now they don't want that. They want us to get unalive. So they want to send us out there. And here comes this Caribbean, second generation Caribbean immigrant, like, oh, wow, we'll do it. Let's sign everybody up. Let's sign everybody up. So all of a sudden you're starting to recruit. You're starting to recruit ethnic Black Americans. Don't you dare send your children out to recruit for these people. This is a Democratic operative, or I don't know what it is, but it's not right. I don't even understand how he got 78,000 followers and he's only been posting since like April of last year. And maybe the Black Panther Party is just that lit, but I just am going to be very suspicious if majority of the people celebrating this are white people. And then after white people, it's Hispanics. And then they're recruiting nationwide. Y'all better wake up. Like, they are really trying to infiltrate, and they are really trying to create, like, they really are trying to drag us into something that we are not a part of. We have nothing to do with ICE. They need to stand up. Hispanics, Asians, Caribbean people, Africans who are getting deported by ICE, their people who are citizens need to stand up and fight for them. Stop trying to drag us into this. Now, the so-called leader of this Black Panther movement, he is a Caribbean immigrant. And that's fine, but he should say that. Stop cosplaying like you're an ethnic Black American when you're not. Just say, I'm a Caribbean immigrant and this is something that touches my soul and I can relate to this and I'm going to fight for my people. But stop trying to cosplay like you're Black American when you're not. And stop trying to drag us into a fight that's not ours.
So let's talk. So what was the first thing I saw this morning when I got on Threads was a YT woman asking if she could join the Black Panther group. And baby, Miss Mims, no, like, hell, fuck no, And the reason why I'm so strong against this is because majority of the time, Black people cannot have no type of organization where it's just us without somebody coming and infiltrating our shit. Second, I turned this into a history moment because it's me. I'm a nerd. I have to. Historically, there are groups for other nationalities to where people can fight for the better good. People can fight against corruption, and people can do it in a way to where they're not assimilating. So the Black Panther movement, that's one. You have the Brown Berets. You have the Young Patriots. You have the American Indians movement. And you have the Rainbow Coalition. Those groups work within their own communities to ensure that they're giving back to their communities. They're taking a stand against anti-war propaganda. They're giving to those communities in ways to where education, healthcare are taking and standing on the front doorstep instead of always taking tandem to the back. Beyond that, those communities make sure that their people are prepared to fight against police brutality, make sure that others are held accountable for distressing scenarios as what we're seeing now. I explained that. Now, for the most part, everyone understood because I'm the type of person, I like to educate people, but oh my goodness, was it one little stink cooch woman to play with me. This lady said that apparently I've never listened to the Black Panther podcast, to which they stated that, hey, everybody can come join us and fight. You're talking about the Rainbow Coalition, which I love the Rainbow Coalition. I love every group, to be honest, because every group makes it known about the one beautiful thing they're fighting for. They make it known that, hey, we're all fighting for justice. However, we will not make another organization feel like we're infiltrating their space. Okay. So I just personally feel like as a YT person, if you want to donate to these organizations, you can. If you want to research and learn about these organizations, you can. If anything, I'd rather them do that than actually come on the internet and state that they want to join these groups, knowing good damn and well they're not going to respect these groups. Because let's be real. As an African-American woman myself, the amount of times I've seen or talked about a story that happened to wherever it was police brutality, someone being hurt significantly, right? And somebody asking me, is the story true? Or am I making it up? Do you have all the details? How do we know they didn't comply? So with those same questions being asked, YT people cannot join a Black Panthers group because they're automatically going to undermine the leaders, and they're automatically going to state that, hey, well, I think we should do it this way so we can have equality for everybody. But if it's almost like, oh, I'm sorry, the bean soup theory. It's almost like the bean soup theory. If it doesn't apply, baby, let it fly. If it don't apply, let it fly. My point is, there are groups for everybody. If you want to fight, which right now is the time for us to fight. Right now is the time for us to get together for this revolution. It's only January. It's January the 16th, I believe. Yes, it's January the 16th. If we don't go ahead and get prepared now and go ahead and educate our communities and learn about everything that's coming, we will be fucked in the next couple months. We're already screwed now, but things are going to significantly go downhill. If you're not ready and if you don't educate yourself or do some valuable research, we will be screwed. So that's just my point.
I am gonna say the Black Panther must be that good for other folks want to join in. What do y'all think? Go down in the comment section and add your comment. Add your comment, join the conversation. Let's make this educational and let's make this fun. And we are gonna say credit to the creators for giving us this opportunity. One of these creators said something that she said Noah, the Black Panther is for the African Americans. We are full. We don't need any other folks to join in. The Black Panthers belongs to the African Americans. But she also says something that I want us to take a note of. Why are they interested in the Black Panther? Why? Why are they interested in the Black Panther? The Black Panther belongs to the African Americans. Is it possible for us to keep it? If we want to get y'all in, we are going to let y'all know it. But I don't know how we get here, because when it was not favoring the African Americans, there was no way unity was preached. Unity was loud. But now that the African Americans are just minding their business, now we want to talk about unity. And that's why I got a lot of people hold up. Why is it now that we want to talk about unity? But what do y'all think? What do y'all think? This is getting much interesting. This is getting interesting because a lot of people are waking up and they are just having they are coming hold up. Black Panthers belongs to Black Panthers. Let's not mix it together. Go down there, add your comment. I am going to see you in the next one. Please, as usual, if you haven't subscribed, do not forget to subscribe. And to all my return subscribers, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.